Hello, I am Jim. This is our LavaRose Rolling Knife Sharpeners. In this video we're going to cover the unboxing of both, what's included in these kits, the process of sharpening from start to finish on a new or an old blade. If you've got these sharpeners as a Christmas gift or a birthday gift or for yourself, hopefully this video covers everything from start to finish in a nice visual format. I think we are going to start with the Artisan, the walnut version, and then this is the original, the polymer based version. Let's get to it. I'm going to start with the Artisan, so just slide the original over there. As you can see, it comes in a lovely matte black finished box. We designed this sharpener in 2024, we got it produced in 2025. The base and roller itself is 100% walnut. Opening the box, you get your instructions card. This covers in detail how to sharpen a blade from start to finish, cleaning and maintenance, spares and accessories, and if you want to get in contact with us. The base itself is fully machined from one solid lump of walnut. The 20-degree angle has 3 embedded N52 magnets in the end, covered with a soft silicone pad to stop scratches on the knife, same as the 15-degree side. We've got detail machining in here as well with our silicone pad. The roller itself, again being walnut. We opted for the CNC engraving on this version rather than the laser engraving. This is the 2 stainless steel discs. They hold the 3000 polishing disc and the 400 diamond grit disc. Now if you want to change these discs, it's simple. Spin them off, replace the grits. This exposes the stainless steel bearings and shaft. Now if this sharpener gets wet or stored in damp conditions, it won't affect its performance in any way. The strop is the finishing part. So once we go through the process of sharpening, then you take your strop and run your knife up and down just to remove the last burrs. As you can see there, the grain looks stunning. You can store it in its holder on the side, or just simply put it back in the box. Okay, I'm going to go get some knives and we'll go through some sharpening. This is what we're going to use to demonstrate. This is a global knife. This is what we use in the kitchen. This is a sharp-ish knife. This will have a touch-up. This will be sharpened at 20 degrees. This is some water for the discs. When we're sharpening these inside, we'll just run these under the tap. This is a cheap set of knives we've got offline. As you can hear, they have a burr on them. So this will make a brilliant demonstration. So we'll sharpen this at 20 degrees, and this is the process you'd use for a really blunt knife or a knife that you're changing the angle on. Same as this one, just smaller. And we'll touch on the cheese knife as well. So first up, we'll do the global knife at 20 degrees. As you can see, the magnets will hold the blade in place perfectly fine. Now the idea is to get the blade poking up above the silicone so the disc runs along it, just like this. So as this is already a sharp-ish blade, we're just going to run the 3000 over it. So we're going to simply dip it in some water, get some moisture into the stone. Again, this stainless steel discs, bearings and walnut base, you have no concern about the water ingress. And then we're simply just going to run it up and down the knife. So for this sort of freshen up, we're looking at 20 strokes either side. So what we'll do 20 one side, 20 the other, and then go back, do 10, and then do 10. I'll speed this bit up. Okay, that's our 20 strokes and then 10 strokes. Just clean the blade off. You see this now, got a lovely edge on it. A cucumber here for testing, and that slice is perfect. So that's what you need to do for a touch-up of a blade. Just use the 3000 side. The 400 is not needed unless it's really damaged for this next blade. So this next one is the one with the burr on. So this is in really bad shape, this knife. So we're going to run the 400. I'm probably going to go with 50 strokes and then 50 strokes, and then we'll reassess and see what it looks like. Just get a cloth and clean this off. And that burr's totally gone now. As far as the edge, it's not too bad. I think I'll do another 30 this side, 30 this side. On a new blade, if you're doing this, the more work we do with a 400, the easier it is to get the polished finish with a 3000. When we're rolling, we're letting the roller do the work as well. So we're not pushing into the knife. If you push into the blade, you see the flex, and there's a chance it's going to pop off the magnet and cause injury. So we're letting the roller do the work all the way up to the end, off the end, back on. Okay. So that pass complete. You can see the edge really starting to appear now. And it has got a sharp feel to it. With your base, you're going to get the knife filings on the walnut. This is in case of just wiping them off. So now we'll move on to the 3000 grit. Just dab it in the water again. And again, as this is a new blade, we'll start with quite a few strokes. So we'll probably do 40 on each side and then 20 on each side. That's complete. There we go. That blade is now ready. Let's do some slicing. As you can see, that is much sharper than where we started. And of course, no burr. The next step up from this is the 6000 grit disc, which will really polish that edge up nicely. Or you have the strop in the kit. And now after the 3000 grit, we dry it off. You simply rub the blade up and down the strop like so. Okay, so now if you wanted to do a really small knife, like this one here, the magnets are plenty strong enough to hold the knife in place. Again, having the blade above the block of walnut is key. And again, same process, you're just rubbing it up and down the knife, letting the roller do the work. Just remember to do even strokes either side of the blade. Wetting the disc as needed. And that's it. That's how you sharpen knives with our Artisan rolling knife sharpener. I forgot to run over the cheese knife, so we're going to use a cheese knife in this example. It's an oddly shaped blade and they're not particularly strong, so a bit more care is going to have to be taken doing this. So we stick to the base again and run your 3000 up and down the disc, turning the roller at the end in the shape of this blade. And that would be how you sharpen a cheese knife. This is our original rolling knife sharpener, presented in a lovely matte black box. We designed this and manufactured this in 2015. As we open it, you're presented with our instructions card. This is a detailed how-to to sharpen a blade from start to finish, some cleaning and maintenance, spares and accessories, and how to get in contact with us. This is our polymer base with a 15-degree angle, protected with a non-slip silicone pad, same as the 20-degree angle here, non-slip feet on the bottom. We have two N52 magnets in these. This is a ceramic 20-degree polishing V and a tungsten 20-degree cut-in V and scissor dressing on the end. The roll itself is staple wood. We use the same discs across all our sharpeners, so they're all interchangeable. You can see the stainless steel bearings and stainless steel shaft. The grey side of the disc is the 400 diamond grip, and the blue is the 3000 polishing grip. Then we're going to get my knife board again, and we'll go over some sharpening. This is the sharpening board again. The process for sharpening knives with our original version is exactly the same as the Artisan version, so we won't cover in too much detail that part. We start with global, so 15-degree angle, sit the blade on, making sure the edge of the blade is above the silicone pad, and you would rest. And then if this is a touch-up blade, rather than making a new angle, we would jump straight to 3000 grit and run your roller up and down the blade 20 or so times each side. Then you remove it, clean it, inspect it, and sharpen accordingly. But we'll talk about these features up here more now. So these are 20 degrees, not the 15. So if you sharpen at 15, you can't use this as it will try to retrain the blade. So once your blade is sharpened at 20 degrees and you're happy with its performance, if you are going to cut an onion or you need a quick sharpen before meal prep, you'd simply get this out your drawer, sit it down and run your blade through that a handful of times. That will just bring the edge back to life, ready for some work. That covers off the sharpening process of these two sharpeners now. The next part of the video is to sit down and do frequently asked questions along with some troubleshooting. This will cover both of our sharpeners here. The most common one we get is the blade does not hold angle or bluntings quickly. This is due to the quality of the steel. If you have a Japanese steel or a Damascus blade that's really good quality, you can run it at a 15-degree angle with the same grinding process as we've covered, and you'll have a perfectly sharp blade that will stay sharp for a long time. If you try and sharpen this as a cheaper quality knife at 15 degrees, it folds the material because the steel can't hold its shape. So that's where we recommend go to the 20 degrees and it'll be sharp and it'll stay sharp then. The other question is disc cleaning. How do I clean my discs? So you unscrew them, run them under warm soapy water, a bit of fairy liquid on here, and just rub your finger over it or a scouring pad, and that'll clean off all the debris and dirt. If you've got the 6000 grit, the polishing disc, and you're struggling to get that clean, and you have it in a display dock like this where you want it clean, if you get your 3000 grit, 6000 with fairy liquid in here again, put them face to face under warm water and rub them together in a circular motion, that will get rid of all your dirt and grime from your discs. The features on the original. So we've gone over these features in this video now, but we'll touch on them quickly. This is the scissor dressing angles. This tungsten V is for 20 degree sharpening, and this ceramic V is 20 degree touch up. So if you're sharpening your blade at 20 degrees and you want a quick touch up before cooking, then you just run it through that white button. That's that. Do we sell accessories? Yes, we have lots of accessories on the website. We do strops, bases. This base is machined from aluminium with laser engraving. This holds the original in place. Obviously the Artisan doesn't need that as it has the walnut dock for that. The bamboo version of that as well. We'll hop over on the website and have a look. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.